Nuts to eat and nuts to avoid after 60. The shocking truth. You've lived a full life. You've watched time pass with grace. You've raised children, built legacies, loved deeply, and faced challenges that only made you stronger. Your body may not move like it once did, but your wisdom? That's richer than ever. And as the years go on, you've probably realized something. Good health is a gift you have to protect, especially now. It's not about chasing youth. It's about preserving quality, mobility, memory, peace of mind. And sometimes the little things we do or eat make the biggest difference. Nuts, for instance. They seem so simple, don't they? Small, crunchy, harmless. But in truth, they're tiny powerhouses or silent saboteurs. Some can protect your heart, sharpen your brain, even lift your mood. Others? They're hidden traps, quietly working against your body's needs. And if you're not paying attention, they might be making things harder than they need to be. This isn't a diet lecture. This is a conversation. One that respects where you are and offers guidance that makes sense for your life now. Because food isn't just fuel, it's a choice. And you deserve choices that honor your strength, your story, and your future. So, in today's video, we'll explore 4 nuts every elderly person should consider adding to their diet, and 4 that should be limited or avoided altogether. You'll learn what makes each one helpful or harmful, and how to make smarter, easier choices going forward. By the time we're done, you won't just know what's good for you, you'll know why. Ready to learn something that could support your body and mind for years to come? Let's begin. 1. Almonds, the brain's best friend. Let's begin with one of the most popular and readily available nuts in the world, the humble almond. Now, on the surface, almonds might not seem very exciting. They're small, beige. They don't smell like much. But don't let their simplicity fool you. These little nuts are loaded with benefits that matter especially as you age. First, almonds are an excellent source of vitamin E, and that's something your brain will thank you for. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your brain cells from damage. It acts like a tiny bodyguard, shielding your memory and helping you stay mentally sharp. Studies have even shown that seniors who regularly consume vitamin E-rich foods, like almonds, tend to experience slower cognitive decline. But that's just the beginning. Almonds are also high in fiber, which is fantastic for digestion, a common concern in later years. They help regulate bowel movements and promote gut health, which plays a bigger role in immune strength and mood than most people realize. And let's talk about cholesterol. As the years add up, so does the risk of heart-related issues. Almonds contain healthy monounsaturated fats that help lower LDL, the bad cholesterol, while preserving HDL, the good kind. That means better blood flow, less strain on your heart, and more peace of mind. Here's the beautiful thing about almonds. They're easy to add to your routine. You don't need to reinvent your meals. Just sprinkle a few chopped almonds over your morning oats or yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie. Or eat them raw as a simple mid-morning snack. They're not flashy, but they are effective. And if you're the kind of person who's noticed moments of forgetfulness, maybe names, dates, or why you walked into a room, almonds might help give your brain the subtle edge it needs. They're small, but mighty. And in the world of aging well, that's exactly what you want. 2. Walnuts, your heart and mind's secret weapon. Now let's talk about the walnut, a nut that quite literally looks like a brain. And maybe that's nature's way of telling us something, because walnuts are one of the best brain-supporting foods out there. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for cognitive health. Your body can't produce omega-3s on its own, and as you age, your brain's need for them increases. Omega-3s support memory, mood, and even help reduce the risk of cognitive diseases like Alzheimer's. So if you've ever experienced mental fog or noticed that your thoughts don't feel as sharp, walnuts might be exactly what you need. But the benefits go beyond the mind. Walnuts are also powerful allies for your heart. They've been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and improve the flexibility of your blood vessels. That means better circulation, less strain on your heart, and a lower chance of serious heart issues. And here's something you might not expect. Walnuts may even help with emotional balance. Because of their impact on brain chemistry, they can support more stable moods, especially during periods of stress or isolation, which many seniors quietly deal with. Now, I know walnuts aren't everyone's favorite when it comes to taste. They're a bit bitter, maybe even dry. But pairing them with a slice of fruit, or mixing them into a salad with a light vinaigrette, can soften that bitterness and bring out their rich, earthy flavor. Just a small handful, about 5 to 7 halves, is enough to make a difference without overwhelming your calorie intake. So, if you're looking for one food that protects your heart, supports your brain, and nourishes your emotional well-being, the walnut is your quiet warrior. 3. Pistachios, the joint-friendly nut. Next up is a nut that's not only delicious but surprisingly fun to eat, the pistachio. There's something almost therapeutic about cracking open a pistachio shell. It slows you down, makes you present. And inside that shell? A soft, slightly sweet green nut that your body absolutely loves. Pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that are especially beneficial for eye health. If reading small print has become more challenging, if headlights seem too bright at night, if colors aren't as vibrant as they once were, these antioxidants help protect your eyes from the natural wear and tear of aging and may even reduce your risk of age-related macular degeneration. But pistachios don't stop there. They're also great for joint health. Their anti-inflammatory properties can help ease discomfort, making them a smart snack for anyone dealing with arthritis or general stiffness. And then there's their effect on blood sugar. Pistachios have a unique composition of healthy fats, protein, and fiber, which helps regulate how sugar is absorbed into your bloodstream. That's a big plus for those managing diabetes or trying to avoid sugar crashes throughout the day. Now, here's the catch. Many pistachios on the market are loaded with salt. And too much sodium, as you likely know, can raise blood pressure, strain the heart, and lead to swelling in the legs and ankles. So the key is choosing unsalted pistachios. They're just as nutritious, and once your taste buds adjust, you might even come to prefer them that way. A handful of pistachios in the afternoon. Not only do they satisfy your hunger, but they offer your body the support it needs, especially when mobility and vision are priorities. Tiny shells. Big rewards. 4. Brazil nuts, the mood lifter. Now here's a nut that often gets overlooked, the Brazil nut. Big, bold, and just 1 or 2 is all it takes.
Why?
Because Brazil nuts are one of the richest natural sources of selenium, a powerful mineral that plays a huge role in your immune system, thyroid function, and believe it or not, your mood. As we get older, our selenium levels tend to drop. And when that happens, it can quietly affect everything from how well we fight off illness to how stable our emotions feel. Feeling unusually tired? Struggling with low mood or anxiety? Having unexplained changes in weight or sleep patterns? Your body might simply be calling out for a little selenium support. That's where Brazil nuts shine. Just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day gives you all the selenium your body needs, without the need for supplements. It's like nature's tiny multivitamin, no pills, no prescriptions. But, and this is important, don't go overboard. Because Brazil nuts are so rich in selenium, eating too many can actually cause more harm than good. In large amounts, selenium can become toxic, leading to nausea, hair loss, or digestive issues. So remember, when it comes to Brazil nuts, less is more. They're rich, creamy, and satisfying. And when eaten in moderation, they're like a natural mood stabilizer that also supports long-term immunity and energy levels. You don't need much, just consistency. 1 nut, 1 habit, 1 more step toward a stronger you. Nuts to avoid or limit, where health takes a hit. Now that we've covered the 4 nuts that can truly support your health as you age, it's time to look at the other side of the picture. Not all nuts are safe simply because they're natural. Some come packed with things your body doesn't need, like too much salt, sugar, unhealthy oils, or hidden compounds that can quietly chip away at your well-being. The next few nuts we'll talk about aren't harmful in the way junk food is. They're sneaky. And for people over 60, especially those dealing with heart issues, blood pressure problems, or delicate kidneys, that sneakiness can make a big difference. This isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. Because once you know better, you can choose better for your heart, your joints, your brain, and your peace of mind. So let's talk about the first nut to keep an eye on. 1. Salted peanuts, the silent strain. Peanuts are everywhere. Affordable, tasty, crunchy, and often the go-to snack in many homes. But when they're salted, they become something else entirely. Here's the truth. For elderly individuals, salted peanuts can be a silent health risk, especially when eaten regularly. Let's start with sodium. Salted peanuts are often drenched in it. Not just a pinch, but heavy doses that quickly add up. And what does excess sodium do? It raises your blood pressure, which puts strain on your heart. It causes fluid retention, leading to swelling in the feet, ankles, and hands. It makes your kidneys work harder, especially dangerous if you already have underlying kidney concerns or diabetes. If you've ever noticed puffiness in your legs at the end of the day, if your doctor's warned you about high blood pressure, if you're on medication to manage heart health, then salty snacks like peanuts may be working directly against your progress. And that's not all. Most commercially roasted peanuts are cooked in low-quality oils, the kind that increase bad cholesterol and create inflammation in the body. That means more joint pain, more stiffness, and more fatigue. Now, are peanuts themselves bad? Not necessarily. Raw or dry-roasted, unsalted peanuts can be a source of plant protein and healthy fats. But it's the salted, processed, and packaged versions that pose a problem, especially when eaten daily or in large handfuls. So, here's the better path. If you love peanuts, switch to the unsalted kind. Roast them lightly at home if you want more flavor. And watch your portions. A small handful is plenty. Because while peanuts may seem harmless, when loaded with salt and oil, they become one of the most commonly overlooked threats to senior heart health. You deserve snacks that nourish, not sabotage. And now you know exactly where to start. 2. Macadamia nuts, the calorie bombs in disguise. Let's move to a nut that feels indulgent the moment it hits your tongue. Macadamia nuts. They're buttery, smooth, luxurious. The kind of snack that makes you feel like you're treating yourself. And while there's nothing wrong with enjoying good food, macadamia nuts come with a quiet price tag. One that most people don't see. Let's break it down. Macadamia nuts are extremely high in fat and calories. Yes, it's mostly the good fat, but here's the catch. Your body doesn't just look at the kind of fat, it also counts the amount. And when something is this rich and creamy, it's easy to eat far more than you intended. Just one handful of macadamia nuts can contain over 200 calories. That's nearly the same as a small meal, and let's be honest, most people don't stop at just one handful. For elderly individuals watching their weight, managing cholesterol, or trying to stay on top of blood sugar, this can be problematic. Excess calories contribute to weight gain, and too much dietary fat, even the healthy kind, can still affect your heart and energy levels when overconsumed. And here's another thing. Macadamia nuts are often roasted with added oils and salt, which just compounds the problem. More sodium, more unhealthy fats, more inflammation. So what does that mean? Are macadamia nuts off limits? Not necessarily. They're not bad, but they need to be treated like what they are, a rich delicacy, not a daily snack. A few nuts on a salad, or as a small treat once in a while, is perfectly fine. But if you're reaching into a tin and munching away without thinking, you could be adding hundreds of calories to your diet without realizing it. And for an older body, that can lead to slow but steady health setbacks. So treat macadamia nuts the way you would a piece of chocolate cake. Delicious? Yes, but best in moderation. 3. Candied and chocolate-covered nuts, the blood sugar traps. Let's be honest, we all love a sweet treat now and then. And nuts covered in honey, sugar, or chocolate seem like the perfect balance. Healthy meets indulgent. But here's the truth that many don't realize. Once a nut is coated in sugar, it's no longer a health food. It becomes dessert, and not the kind your body needs. Candied almonds, chocolate-covered peanuts, honey-glazed cashews. They're marketed as snacks, but they behave like blood sugar bombs. And for seniors, especially those managing diabetes or trying to avoid inflammation, this can quietly lead to serious consequences. Let's look at what's happening in your body when you eat them. That sugar coating causes a rapid spike in blood glucose. Your pancreas has to rush insulin into your bloodstream to manage it. Over time, this puts a strain on your body's ability to process sugar, increasing the risk of insulin resistance and fatigue. And then there's the inflammation. High sugar intake inflames tissues, worsening joint pain, increasing brain fog, and weakening the immune system. What's worse is the addictive cycle these sweetened nuts create. They trigger pleasure receptors in your brain that make you crave more, even when you're full. So you reach for more and more, until what started as a small treat turns into a habit that slowly wears you down. Now, here's a better option. If you're craving something sweet, try a few dates stuffed with almond butter, or a small square of dark chocolate with raw walnuts. These pairings satisfy the craving without putting your health at risk. They offer natural sweetness, fiber, and nutrients your body can actually use. Remember, your cravings are not the enemy,
but what you choose to satisfy them with.
That matters. Candied and coated nuts might be popular, but your health deserves more than a sugar disguise. 4. Cashews. The kidney stone caution. Last on our list is a favorite for many, cashews. They're soft,
creamy,
easy to eat by the handful. And for many people, they're the tastiest nut of all. But behind their smooth texture lies something worth knowing, especially if you've ever dealt with kidney stones or have a history of digestive sensitivity. Cashews contain something called oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that, in some people, can contribute to the formation of kidney stones. If you've ever had a stone before, you know the pain isn't just unpleasant, it's unforgettable. Now, that doesn't mean cashews are dangerous for everyone. But if you're prone to stones, or if you've been told to watch your oxalate intake, it's wise to limit your portions or choose other nuts with lower oxalate content, like pistachios or walnuts. Cashews also have a lower fiber content than most other nuts. That means they're not quite as helpful for digestion or gut health, two areas that tend to weaken with age. And like many nuts on store shelves, they're often sold salted, roasted, and processed with added oils, which makes them even less ideal for seniors with high blood pressure or cholesterol concerns. But here's the thing, you don't have to give them up entirely. If you enjoy cashews, stick to raw or lightly roasted options and keep it to a small handful. Drink plenty of water, especially if you have a history of kidney trouble. And avoid the flavored versions. Those usually come with sugar, preservatives, and sodium that your body doesn't need. Cashews are not your enemy, but in the wrong form and quantity, they can quietly become a problem. Be gentle, be mindful, and choose balance over indulgence. So, let's take a breath and reflect. You've learned a lot, not just about nuts, but about your body, your needs, your choices. And here's the most powerful thing to remember. Every small choice you make today adds up. Choose the right nuts, and you're choosing stronger joints,
clearer memory,
more energy, better sleep, a sharper mind, a more joyful day. The 4 nuts to welcome into your life regularly? Almonds, for brain and heart support. Walnuts, your secret weapon for mental clarity. Pistachios, for healthy joints and sharp vision. Brazil nuts, tiny but mighty mood boosters and immune supporters. And the ones to treat with caution or avoid altogether. Salted peanuts, for their silent impact on blood pressure. Macadamia nuts, rich and tempting, but dense in calories. Candied and chocolate-coated nuts, sweet traps for your blood sugar and joints. Cashews, delicious, but tricky for kidneys and digestion when overdone. The goal isn't to fear food. It's to respect your body, to nourish it with care and intention. You've earned the right to live with ease, confidence, and strength. And that begins with small, loving choices, like what's in your snack bowl. If this video gave you something to think about, share it with someone you care about, a spouse, a friend, a neighbor, even your adult children. Let's keep spreading real wisdom, not just information. And don't forget to subscribe for more honest, practical insights tailored to your life. Not your younger self, not trends, but you. Take care of your heart. Take care of your mind. And until next time, stay well, stay kind, and stay empowered.